Nice drum set.
Oh, thank you.
I saw that coming in. Do you play drums?
I do.
Huh.
That's my number.
I'm back. All right, welcome to another episode of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. I, of course, am Ryan D.
Yo, and I am Steve Rogers.
That's right. And today I'm very excited. We have a very special guest. We have musician, podcaster, life coach, former adult film star, Felicity Feline. How are you?
Hey guys, good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad you can make it.
Crowd loves it. Crowd's happy about it. We got a first time in studio audience today with Hit the Mics. Well, we're very glad you can make it. I know it was a little confusing at first, but
Yeah, just weird schedules.
It
but
turns-
it worked out.
turns out we're actually neighbors. That's how
I
weird is
know.
that?
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, no
Yeah.
way. People say when I tell people where I live, they're like, "What? Where is that in LA?" It's like, no, it's outside.
yeah,
in
Yeah,
LA.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I always tell. That's why like people are like, "Were you born and raised in LA?" I'm like, sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
close enough, but
because
not
this
really.
is where I grew up out here. So, and Steve as well. So like, so people, I'm like, you know where Pasadena's at? It's like by there, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just say South Pasadena
Yeah,
because
yeah,
people
that
are
Pretty
like,
much.
"Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, well, you live kind of far." It's like,
Right.
"Oh no,
Yeah.
sorry, I just don't live in Hollywood."
Right,
Yeah.
right, on the
Yeah.
west side or whatever. God, I know it's super ridiculous. So, where are you from originally?
Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah.
Wow. When did you when did you come down here?
Man, it's like seven years ago. About I just I finished school out there, and there was really no reason for me to stay. Didn't really feel like home ever, So I just I started going back and forth from LA to New York during my semesters off at school, just networking, getting to know the area, just kind of like starting to build connections. I sold everything I had and just moved out with a suitcase and figured it out, But
Well, it's pretty bold. I mean,
Yeah, really.
what was your main drive to come out here? Was it just music?
it was a mix of things. I mean, music, just environment. I feel like there was more like-minded people. There were more opportunities for me, and I just didn't really feel at home in New York. Like Long Island was a great place to grow up, but I didn't really like New York City enough to want to move there,
Yeah.
And I definitely wasn't staying on Long Island just because there was really nothing there for me. And I just wanted to kind of start a new life and just, make money, just build.
Yeah, get away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love my family, but I just kind of had to go do my own thing.
Yeah, sometimes, you got to get away from family. I
For
mean,
sure.
it doesn't mean you don't love them, but
Yeah.
just like you guys are.
Only child?
No, I have 3 siblings.
Oh,
Yeah. So
brother, sister.
brother, 2 sisters. We're all really close, and we have all great relationships. Like the family thing, it really had nothing to do with me like wanting to run away from my family. I just like had to start a new life. Like there was so much crap going on, like because that was when I started to shoot adult films, and I was getting bullied and like by so many people on my hometown, and like I just wanted to get the hell out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
You
makes
know.
that makes sense.
Because
Yeah.
Long Island's pretty conservative, right?
Yeah, especially like where I grew up, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So anything like that is a no-go.
Yeah, and it was just, I needed to.
Like you said, be around like-minded people. You don't need the judgment from the people that you grew up with or in the neighborhood. Like, let me just go out and do my thing. Like you said, make money.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I have nothing bad to say about Long Island. Like, it was a good place to grow up and represent whatever Strong
Yeah.
Island.
I mean,
But-
Long Island gave us Method Man.
Strong Island, which that's one of our comments, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm grateful for where I grew up, but it was just time for me to like spread my wings and start a new life.
Yeah.
How
You know?
old were you when you decided to just like pack up and move to LA?
I was like 21-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, it was,
Yeah,
around
that's
there.
young, but that's not like too young, I think. Like, right? And did you like drop out of school and then move? Was that?
Yeah, so I was at Stony Brook University, and I was studying public health and nutrition, and my mom works there.
Oh.
So I originally went to SUNY Purchase, upstate New York, and then I transferred to Stony Brook, and I had really good grades. Like, I was a good student. I just there was just this point where I realized, like, whoa, I can't be here anymore. And like, like I was saying, during the semesters off, I just kept going to California, and I had like so many opportunities start to open up. I'm like, you know what? I can finish online. I can do all the stuff I have to do. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's bold, like Steve said. I couldn't do it, but like also for me, I'm just like, everything's already here, right? Like, I had a friend from Philly that drove across country to do stand up out here, and he was like, "Oh yeah, driving across the country was amazing. I think everyone should do it." And I was like, "Why?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm already here, man." Like,
Yeah, like at that stage in my life too, like I was all over the place. I mean, I worked a lot of sales jobs where I used to work a lot of conventions.
Oh God.
So I was traveling so much already, and I was always like flying somewhere. And like, my mom and dad I was very ungrounded. Like, I didn't have much stability.
yeah,
And I was kind of seeking that, but like I didn't feel like I was going to get it where I was. So I realized, like, okay, like I just need to start a new life. I need to find like my own foundation. And it just also, there was like this sense where I had to prove people, like, you know what, fuck y'all, like I'm just gonna go make my own life, and you guys will see, like I'm getting out of the safety zone, I'm getting out of my comfort zone, and
You're taking a chance.
Yeah, I'm going the Wild West, and I'm gonna go figure it out.
Yeah, no, me and Ryan talk about it all the time. Like, we don't like safe people. I mean, you got to be willing to fail and take a risk, take just a giant leap. If you don't do that, you don't really know who you are as a person.
Yeah, the most frustrating person to me is somebody talking about what they want to do all the time and never actually trying to do it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Just like, get that shit out of my face. I don't care. Like, I'll support you and be like, yo, I want to do this. Like, let's do it.
Do it, man.
Go.
Like,
Full support. But if you just keep talking about it, after a
then-
while, it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing this shit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, like I found there's a lot of people that, I mean, like I look at it as like, okay, there's got to be sheep in society. Like there's people that just want to have a safe life and structure and stability, and like that's fine.
Yeah, there's
like
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's those type of people, but like I just never thrived that way. Like I've had 9-to-5 jobs. I've had like the schedule where I was working Monday through Friday and knew what I was doing every day, and like I just felt dead inside. Like there was just it wasn't for me. Like I'm more of an entrepreneur. I'm more of a creator, just someone that thinks and creates and does, and like, but sometimes I struggle with making a structure and keeping a schedule. Like sometimes I wake up, I'm like, okay, like I plan like each day out. Sometimes like I have to work on that. So I feel like there's just got to be a balance, and like becoming an adult and living on my own. And I kind of got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm my own boss. So like if I don't have my shit together, no one's going to do it for me.
Right.
So I kind of grew up really fast, like when I came out here, because I'm like, okay, if like I want to live and survive and have a place to live, and have a dog and save money, like I got to get my shit together.
Yeah.
So,
So I did listen to your podcast. I'm sorry, Felicity Fueled podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I did listen. I'm like, I want to make sure I got that right. Yeah, I did listen to it I listened to a couple episodes. And one of the things that I was really thinking about that you talked about was exactly what you just said, was getting your shit together and being able to not become a victim of like the party lifestyle while you were out here, and being able to like really save money and utilize like just doing what you need to do to get the money, and then kind of get your life in order and do exactly what you wanted to do. And I think that's amazing.
Well, yeah, I mean, so like when I moved out here, my goal was to kind of start focusing on music again, because like when I was back on Long Island, I was in bands and I loved drumming so much and DJing and making.
By the way, you're great. You're an amazing drummer. I was watching some of your videos. Yeah, I'm like, I might geek out and make you do something later. Like, she played my drums, guys.
Aw, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing since I was in 4th grade. You know, it's a big passion of mine. But like for a few years in college, like I kind of put it on the back burner because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make like a living from this. So I gotta like kind of concentrate on some other stuff. But when I like went into the adult industry, which was just a whole weird process, you know, like it just started out with like nude modeling, and then I got an offer to shoot adult video, and it happened so fast and it was so impulsive that I was so young, like I didn't really think about the consequences of what I was doing.
Would you mind like backing up and because like to me, I'm, you know, obviously it's totally outside of my realm. I have no idea what or what happens or how this, you know, how someone's introduced to getting into that. So like how exactly was that approached and all that? I
mean, to sum it up, like I guess the easiest way for me to describe it is like, you know, I was kind of a tomboy growing up, right? Like I played a lot of sports. I was a drummer. I dirt biked. Like I was into motorcycles, you know, all that crap. So like I never really felt so much like a girly girl. And then as I was like starting to blossom, because I was a late bloomer, like I didn't get my period till I was 18.
Whoa.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
Seriously, like super late bloomer. So like when I started to kind of get that like attention and energy, like the feminine side, I sort of got overwhelmed, and like, you know, I was starting to like experiment with modeling and webcamming and dancing and all this stuff, and like I was actually working a car show in San Diego, and I got approached by this guy and like asked, you know, do you do like nude modeling, do you do adult video? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, if you ever want to, like, you know, give me his card. And he offered me a lot of money, like for my first video, and I just got super impulsive. Like I wanted to buy this motorcycle. But you know, like I struggle sometimes with like, do I regret that? Because if I did, you know, I probably wouldn't be like here where I am now. But it just sort of catapulted, and like after that first thing, it stuck with me because like, you know, people tend to don't forget about things like that, especially when you come from like a sort of like you said, a conservative
background,
conservative area, you know, and so that's kind of why also I had to leave, and I had to like go to California and like start a new life because there was just nothing but misery if I stayed, you know. So when I came out to LA, I basically got to this point where I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to accept the fact that like, you know, I did porn, and I'm going to use this to my advantage because like I'm not going to try to hide it under a rock my whole life. And you know, because that's when like the bullying happened. Like when I tried to sort of put it away and think like, okay, you know, I'm just like not going to do that again and I'll just move on with my life, people were harassing me about it. And like the bullying was unreal.
Because you tried to hide it, or I mean that makes a lot of sense to me, because like I always say, I'm like, there's no, if you can't be bullied if you have no shame, right?
Exactly.
Well, it's not even a shame thing. I think it's just like a hypocrisy that sex workers get.
Sure.
Because we all do things for money, you know, no matter what it is. Some people breathe in coal dust.
Let me get up real quick. Go ahead and
some people breathe in coal dust for 8 hours a day. You know, other people do other things, but it's just this thing that people want to feel superior by looking down on